into it. QuickBooks, of course. This is November 16th, and we've got highlights alongside Nate Burleson, Peter Schrager. KB, take me away.
Let's set the table with a couple of MVPs going at it last night in the rain, the Sunday nighter. Let's do New England versus Baltimore. Lamar said that Cam is the OG. He's Superman. He's also had success against Belichick's Patriots, but early after an early touchdown by Baltimore, Rex Burkhead getting in. Cam has only thrown a few touchdown passes all year, but he starts off hot in this one. Looking pretty good. 10-7 now, Baltimore. Watch Jacoby Myers. He bubbles a little bit in his motion. You know what's coming now. The old trick. Now he's going to have to drop this thing in a bucket because the coverage is there. He got it. Look at that. Burkhead again. Jacoby Myers, a high school quarterback.
Third wide receiver in Belichick's career to throw a touchdown pass.
So you got Edelman. Who's the third? Amendola. Did he throw one? I knew he threw one to Brady in the Super Bowl and he dropped. Third quarter, we'll get into it. Same score now. 13. Look at Cam. He's casual, jumping around, and we got some of this from Cam. We have not seen that in weeks, maybe months. Joy, some moxie.
Call for it, Kyle.
Look at this, though. Lamar has never had a 10-point comeback in the NFL. He hasn't been down a lot, but he is here. And there is a touchdown to Willie Snead.
I tweeted, okay, Lamar, come on.
Not bad, right?
Let's see it.
Not bad.
Shut everyone up. Just shut everyone up.
Quarter, but look out. Look at the sky open up. This was like the nothing. And Lamar is sitting there. Siciliano tweeting, he looks like he's aged 30 years last night. He looked miserable. We had a drop, and then you're going to see a snap. It looks like a slip and slide or crocodile mile. He could not pick it up. The conditions were terrible. Just when New England, who doesn't? Just when New England wanted them to be. I mean, that's fully sideways rain. That's almost going up. So down 6, last gasp for Baltimore. This is a 4th down. Trying to make a miracle play. He's trying to throw it to DeAndre Hopkins, but he's not his teammate, so unfortunately that goes an incomplete pass. And Baltimore loses in the torrential downpour. Little shock and awe on Sunday night. New England off the mat, 2 in a row, and Baltimore takes the loss to get to 6-3, 23-17 New England. Let's go to Cam Newton, who, gosh, I hope he's wearing the hat that I saw him wearing last. It looks like Will Ferrell and Austin Powers. Take it away, Cam, after the dub.
Everything that coaches throughout the week, it tends to come up. And, you know, I'm beginning to think he either has like a Staples Easy button or a Buffalo Wild Wings button or just a straight direct line to the football guys, because he's like a football whisperer when it comes to anticipating what the game's going to be like, how we need to win and things like that. I'm extremely impressed with that. But for me, trying to find ways to keep this team in a manageable situation offensively is one of the things that I have to keep doing and keep doing a better job at.
Love the hat. I'm going to ask about it. I'm sure we'll get there. Shout out to Kyle Duggar, rocking the Lenore Ryan today. Thank you guys for sending it to me. Amazing game for him last night. The second rounder led the Patriots with 12 tackles. This was a sloppy game, like make out Christmas sloppy.
No doubt.
That's coming up, by the way.
Yes,
Mark your calendars. What did you make, Nate, of the Patriots' upset of the Ravens last night?
They got it done by any means possible. This isn't a time of the year where we can criticize any team that gets a dub. You know, we've been talking about Cam Newton in this offense. He started off the season, really good games. He can do it in the air, do it on the ground. And then right now, they're really starting to figure it out. Just minimal production. You don't need him to do too much. Just don't lose the game for us. I know Cam has learned from a couple of weeks ago where he's putting his team in position to score and he fumbles the ball and he's just kicking himself in the butt. He hasn't made that crucial mistake in a couple of weeks. And you know what? Until they're mathematically out of it with Cam, the players now stepping up, helping support him, Harris having a great game on the ground in that coaching staff, I'm not going to look at the Patriots and close the door on them quite yet. For me, this is a perfect way to win because Baltimore Ravens are known as what? Ground and pound, old school football. So sometimes you got to take a team to the mud. They used to playing in the mud and beat them in the mud. And that's exactly what the Patriots did.
Might be disingenuous of our show then, because Tuesday morning they beat the Jets and everyone said, are we really working? Well, they beat the Jets.
It's the Jets. Barely did.
Yeah, like, are we really? Yeah. Last night was awesome.
Yeah.
It was like, I feel like there's something upstairs that tells Belichick, okay, you need one? Let me give you a monsoon when it's not in the weather report.
He was doing a rain dance, for sure.
There was something going on because we're all in the Northeast. I didn't hear anything of a tornado happening. And
there wasn't on the Doppler.
8 o'clock, a tornado comes in, and it's completely a monsoon. And the Ravens are botching snaps. The Ravens are fumbling the ball. J.K. Dobbins is looking at the ball, drops right out of his hands. And what do the Patriots have? Can we see some Patriots defense?
Sure.
Because it just silenced everyone.
Let's go.
J.C. Jackson, yet again, his 5th straight game with an interception, which is an unheard of stat. And then no one wants to start off a Monday morning like this. How about some punting highlights?
Here we go.
Named Monsoon, the punter, Bailey, is like pinning the Ravens back. So Lamar's got to go 80 yards in the 4th quarter. And he's got to go 90 yards in the 4th quarter. This is on 4th and 9. End of the game, it's like, all right, Ravens got a shot here, right? Not if the punt comes all the way to this. The Patriots play Patriots football, and they got what they needed from the weather gods. They're alive, very alive, 4-5, and Cam showed a little life last night.
I had to drag my kids into the basement last night. I'm not kidding. I set up a bed for them in the basement. We had an emergency, a tornado warning. They literally said, take cover. We're dragging my kids down to the basement while this game was going on. It was nuts. And I feel like I took my kids to the basement, and the Ravens got stuffed in a locker by the Patriots. They got out-Ravens. I mean, this was New England doing their Baltimore impression. We're going to run. We're going to play defense. And it's time to start talking about Baltimore, because with whom much is given, much is expected. They've lost 2 of 3. They scored 17 points on national television following a week in which their entire offense and their offensive system and their quarterback was called out for being predictable. You know what the worst part is? I wasn't that surprised. It's come to that point where I definitely wasn't shocked that they lost, and I'm not surprised anymore. It's a big game on national television, and I think they're really comfortable when everything's going well and they're winning and they're out in front. But you get them down against a good team, they don't come back. We showed that stat. Lamar has never had a comeback like that. It's not something that he does, and they do. They've lost 2 and 3. Not all is lost. You're still fine. But right now, as far as considering them Super Bowl contenders, they got a lot of work to do. I'm not sure they're an AFC North contender. They got a lot of work to do.
They did. They out-Ravens the Ravens. You had Damian Harris out there. He had his 3rd 100-yard game of the season, 121 yards for him. Incredible showing. And then Cam Newton with his 9th rushing touchdown. Are we kidding here? He's closing in on the record for rushing touchdowns by a quarterback that he, by the way, set as a rookie with 14 back in 2011.